tell you what, there's bloody movement, eh? Look at this stuff that's going down. So this is the tanking for the waterproofing on the basement, and what you can see behind me is the joiners getting cracked on with the formwork. There's action, there's progress, there's movement. The lads are getting these holes dug here. I'll find out what they're for shortly. That part over there in the far corner of the hole is where the entrance of the basement is going to be constructed. So United Trust Bank, so you use the money, aren't you, really?
Yeah, we are a bank that lends money to house builders, developers. Yeah, so we try and finance developments in and around Yorkshire, the North East, and nationally within the UK.
Right.
Yeah.
So have you ever heard the saying, "He who holds the gold makes all the rules"? How do you feel about that, Christine?
No, never heard it before.
Yeah. Well, we try not to be too prescriptive in terms of setting rules or anything like that. That's not as a bank. We try and work in partnership with our clients, as you know, a true partnership would evolve.
Yeah.
So yeah, we try to come to the table to deliver the finance side of things, but it's not just about the finance side of things. It's making sure that that sort of build journey progresses as our clients want it to progress.
Yeah.
With hopefully not too many hurdles and obstacles in terms of program delays and cost overruns and things like that. To get to completion and then see the sort of deal through to sort of exit with sales sort of coming through. So yeah, it's not as much as we are funders. We pride ourselves on actually trying to strike up more of a relationship with our developers, try and assist them deliver that product and solution that they're trying to deliver to the market.
Because it is a really, really long process that you've all been through, innit? You know, when did the first initial start point of going to the banks? When did that start?
Well, I spoke to UTB before this round of funding.
Yeah.
So probably 2022,
Yeah. Back end of 22.
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah.
3 years in the making.
3 years in the making.
Yeah.
And have you been part of that journey as well through the funding?
Over the last sort of 12 months, to sort of bringing it to, I
Yeah.
suppose, a conclusion and to a
So, I mean, you played quite a massive part in actually the funding being accepted, because, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, when you apply for funding, it's down to them to determine if you're going to be able to do what you say you're going to be able to do. And Torsion Homes coming into the mix has really solidified that and strengthened.
Credibility is a massive part of the sort of criteria of lending, really.
Yeah.
So I suppose, as a joint venture, the sort of combined skill set of Christine and I as sort of developer in delivering it is something that the banks are willing to back and support, really.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah, from our point of view, it was a nice sort of compliment in terms of partnership there with Christine and Torsion coming together as a sort of joint venture, if you like. From a Torsion perspective, fantastic credibility and construction experience from a deliverability point of view. Christine's actually got that as well, but from a scale perspective, Torsion do a lot in terms of much larger jobs, so applying that sort of experience to a smaller project like this really brings that credibility and deliverability from our regard, which is great.
Yeah.
From a design perspective, I think the design's phenomenal, and the amount of work that Christine's put in over the years with her architect, designing the scheme, all those bits of attention to detail which sound really, really small are really, really big. So, for example, the spec that's going into this site is absolutely phenomenal.
And obviously when we spoke with David about how it pretty much just flew through the outline planning.
Oh, well, I mean, the initial sort of pre-app was great, and then when it went in for planning, the planner, first of all, they sanctioned it. Well, what's the first word they did? Not registered it. Validated it immediately.
Yeah.
And the planner said to David, "It's perfect. I'm not changing the design."
Yeah. And in UTB's experience, is that kind of a one-off?
Tend to probably find that they get watered down as they come to a conclusion, really.
Yeah.
Just depends on the local planning officer and agency, I guess, in terms of what they want to see on design. But yeah, that's very unique. It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a one-of-a-kind build in Yorkshire. It's running on programme. How many weeks are we into build now?
We started properly on the 14th of March, so in that time, obviously now, as you sort of look around the site, we've demolished the old building. 11,000 tonne of muck shift basement excavation done, completed. We really start to see it come to life now as it becomes a structure really.
Yeah. So what are you guys most excited to see out of this whole project?
Really good question. I was just saying to Christine earlier on, the best part of our role is seeing the site develop and come out of the ground.
Today is a very special day. It's a milestone day because the first major concrete pour is happening on site. So I'm on my way over to see it all happen. I'm hoping that Sam has got the kettle on. So who's been bringing apples in for you to be a good
Oh, it's me.
employee?
I've been told more fruit.
More fruit.
That's
Funny,
it.
I've been told that as well.
Yeah.
More fruit, more greens,
Yes.
and more water.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Water. I don't drink enough water. Apparently,
No.
she can monitor, from where she works here how much water I drink. There. So that's where we're pouring. That bit there, that rectangular shape. They've got to polish that bit there, on just the end there, the end of the ramp.
Yeah.
And then all along here, because obviously this gets backfilled, that bit,
Yeah.
so we don't have to polish it. So hopefully not a late one tonight, but Friday, because they're pouring, all that bit, so all that needs polishing. So we're here until early Saturday
Early
morning.
hours. You're going to be here a long time.
Yes.
You're going to be here a hell of a long time. Do you know I polished a small bench last 2 or 3 years ago? I did a floating bench
Oh yeah.
and I polished it. Do you know what time I had to get back to site for to polish it?
Go
2
on.
o'clock in the morning. And I was there till 7 o'clock polishing it.
Yeah. Yeah, because
And that were a bench. This
So-
is a car park.
yeah.
What pyjamas are you going to wear?
Well, it depends the temperature. You see, maybe boxers. When the machine are moving, pedestrian route is closed. Yeah? But now, I'll let you go down. Started on Friday last week.
Friday last week.
Yeah.
It's going well then, isn't it, really?
Yeah. But they still got a lot of steel going down.
Yeah, so
Because
these
they've got to raise everything.
these deep areas are where the concrete's going to be thicker for the
columns. Yeah,
that are actually
yeah.
holding the building up. Right. And from the base of that to the top of the slab, how deep is it? Is it like
750.
750? That's some thick old girthy concrete.
It
that.
is, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's why he's got 180 cubes going in there. There's a lot of money
Yeah.
just in concrete.
Well, I poured a foot in last week and it were 8 cube and it hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
Just pouring 8, so I feel sorry for the person who cops foot bill for 190. What time do you reckon last pause in?
I would like to think about lunchtime, but
Lunchtime.
yeah, but I don't think it's going to be lunchtime.
I have
do
to
you?
say, I've never known any site be as lucky with the weather
Oh.
than this one.
Can
Shouldn't have
you,
said
can
that,
you
shouldn't
just?
I've
That's it.
knackered it all.
Yeah, that's it. So rain tomorrow. Heavy rain tomorrow.
No.
You know.
No, it's not
we-
forecast any rain.
No,
No.
it's nice until well, all through the weekend. Monday's supposed to be nice, a bit cooler. But
When's last pour going down? So when's concrete pour supposed to be finished on basement then?
basement, well, it's pour three. Pour three's around June, back end of June, I think,
Yeah.
because mid-June we're doing the lift shaft. So yeah, but we're doing that, but we've got the walls to do. So the
Yeah.
The
you gonna
concrete
start
pour
with
goes
walls?
on.
Are you going to start with walls what before pour three's done or?
yeah.
You are, yeah.
Yeah, I think they've got the pans for the walls. They're coming on the 14th.
14th.
So well, tomorrow or Thursday. Yeah, no rest for the wicked.
No rest for the wicked.
That's it.
We'll catch you at polishers then. I'll bring you a bedtime story.
Yes, please. Nice little book.
You've been polishing.
Oh yes. So we've got delivery for the walls, to build the walls up, to pour the concrete.
The form walls.
Yeah.
Really?
Mm.
And where's all that stuff going? Going down there.
Well, you can't really put it down there because we're going to need the mobile crane to lift it in place,
Yeah.
because we're not lifting it with that. So tomorrow I think it's like a telehandler kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah. Today's a busy day. On site. Don't forget your microphone.
Oh God, you're gonna. I can't swear when I've got that on.
It's all right. I'll go get my hat on. So talk to us. What's happening today?
Oh, we've got 190 cube of concrete coming.
190 cube of concrete.
So about 30, 35 wagons.
35 wagons.
So
That's a lot.
hopefully Cemex will keep up.
Yeah. You'll
They will have to.
be number one customer today, won't you?
Oh yes, definitely.
The last pour that they did,
Yes, 70 cube.
70 cube that was.
Yeah. So
That's
they
just
finished
that
that,
area.
one, I think, by 1:30, 2 o'clock, and then they finished polishing it by 5 o'clock, 5:30.
So we've got the steel lads putting up the walls today.
These two, they join us, so they're doing all the formwork. The steel lads, they're not here yet. No, I don't know if they'll come today or if it's back on Monday. But yeah, they're putting up the wall now. It's all coming together.
Nicely, on
Yes.
time.
Yes, that's the main thing. No, you got to stay. I'll make sure I have a word with Craig. Glenn wants to stay. He wants to stay until the end. In fact, I'll leave you the keys. You're welcome. Formwork for the walls.
Yeah, yeah.
So the ramp's going to be, above, and then from that point, we start coming down all the way. Just the amount of steel, because all that's for the walls just on here.
Yeah. How many tons of steel do you reckon?
I'd go 100 tons. That's about right. Just the size of all them bars. I think the engineer's gone crazy with the steel, I think.
I mean, it's a big structure, though, isn't it?
Fair enough in the column, but you've seen the amount of steel just on the basement itself.
Yeah, yeah.
See how deep it is there? So from the top of the slab to the bottom, 750. Now these bars, we left them low because we're going to use all here with a mobile crane to go, you know, the type, like telehandler type,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
a
yeah.
proper mobile. So hence we left them low and put
Yeah.
some starter on it so we can, once we finish with this, can put the column on.
What's this form, dear?
That's the echo drains at the bottom
right.
of the ramp. That's what's connected to that big manhole,
Right.
you know, over there. So your echo drain's gonna run there. So today, obviously, we concrete both sides,
Yeah, yeah.
leave that open,
And then you
and then you can,
you chop the bars out once it's all concreted.
yeah.
So, Mark, you're the health and safety guy.
I am.
So talk to me about just how important you are across the Torsion Group.
How important I am across the Torsion Group. I think effectively everything that we do from the house building side right the way through to the 34-storey jobs, we've got to make sure everything's compliant. We've now got the Building Safety Act on our larger over 18 metre schemes
Yeah, yeah.
to look after. There's a lot of considerations there. Fire is a major thing. This particular scheme is, you know, unusual in so much as a Torsion Homes contract with a big basement.
Yeah.
A lot of temporary works involved.
Yeah, yeah.
I have to make sure that all the temporary works is fine, and I appoint the site management as the temporary works coordinators for the project.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so it's your responsibility to ensure that everyone's safe at all times, not just on this site, but for Torsion Group as an absolute whole.
Yeah, I have to make sure that we've got the right procedures and processes in place. Ultimately, every site manager is responsible for their own sites.
Yeah.
And we've got to make sure we've given them all the training and all the right procedures for their particular scheme. And then the SHE department effectively come out and look at every site every fortnight and conduct a formal audit inspection every month.
Yeah.
And that gets fed back to the directors as well, so they know exactly where we fit in terms of, you know, how well that site's performing and what more we need to do and any other training that we need to do, really.
All right, brilliant. So this site in particular, how do you think this is coming on from a health and safety perspective?
Yeah, I think the site's shaping up quite well, to be honest. I think when I last visited, it was, you know, the property was still standing, so it's been demolished since. Karen, who's one of my SHE advisors, she comes down and looks at the site every fortnight. But yeah, it's going really well. Working with one of our partners in our supply chain, Spencer's, who seem to be doing a good job. Very receptive to what we need them to do.
Yeah.
According to Sam, it's all on schedule, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, brilliant.
So yeah, no, it's working quite, you know, safely. And the good thing is most people are receptive. So, you know, today they've got a particularly long, arduous task of getting 190 cube of concrete in, but
yeah,
it seems to be well set up and going well.
This is where the emergency exit's going.
yes. So again, we were going to put precast stairs, but they're too heavy to lift right this end.
This end,
So
yeah.
we're going to in situ.
Right.
It's taking shape.
Oh yeah.
It's nice to see it now in real life.
Well, it's
Instead of looking at it
it's
on
been
the
a bloody drawing, hasn't it?
Oh yeah, that's it, yeah. Drawing is nice to see, oh yeah, that'll look all right.
So we've got 100 tons. I think for me, it's really at this point that you're getting true understanding of the engineering and the scale of this project. You know, I'm stood on this web of steel that's first got to be designed by a structural engineer and passed off. And then obviously it's got to get to site. The lads have then got to fix it all together, and then you've got all the concrete that's going in. It's all tied up against the walls. The columns are tied into the sub base. you know, and then you've got behind me the former, the joiners forming the walls that follows on. It's fascinating, absolutely fascinating, because when you see these buildings, you just see a building, but here we're understanding what's actually going into the construction of it. Here he is. Progress is progress.
Yes,
Forward is forward.
could have told you that. What kind of saying is that? It's not Greek philosophy, is that, is it?
It's what?
It's not Greek philosophy.
No, it's not. It's
Progress
just
is progress.
Phil philosophy.
Phil philosophy.
Yeah, forward is forward.
Right, okay.
What it means is it don't matter how fast you're moving. If you're moving forward, then you're moving forward at least.
Yeah, but today fast would be nice.
Fast would be nice, because otherwise you're gonna be polishing concrete like I was when I had to do that bench.
Yes. 2 o'clock in the morning, we're still having the float going on.
Where's your floodlights? You haven't got your floodlights ready, have you?
Oh yes, they're already in the cabin in there. As soon as it's dark. Well, I think them lads, they can see in the dark. I hope.
I hope so.
3 o'clock, halfway. Hopefully we'll get some more wagons turning up quickly. But I think, realistically, about 11 o'clock, I would say.
About 11.
It's not going
That's
to...
not that bad. I've had like 3 o'clock in the morning
Yeah.
finishes.
Well, unless the wagons just turn up one every hour, then we're screwed, aren't we?
Yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to shoot off and do some other bits elsewhere. And then I'm going to go put kids to bed, and then I'm going to...
Give us a ring if I'm still on site. Then,
Yeah. Then I'm going to come down. Do you know, I think it should be summer all year long. I think it should be summer all year long. I think what they should do is turn off the rain, just leave the sun on, and then everyone can progress and get stuff done, which is what's happened on site today. I've never known a site like it. They've been so lucky with the bloody weather. It's been as dry as a bone that they've been able to crack on and move on and make some real progress. So today has been the 190 cubic metre pour, which is the back area of the underground car park, which I'm really excited to see the progress that they've made, because I was there earlier and they were halfway through it and they were sweating and it was 27 degrees and the sun just wasn't letting off. There were some issues with the deliveries coming on time, there were bits of gaps, it really brings home just how many moving parts are involved in a construction like this. From the design team that's designed all the intricate details in the steelwork, the structural engineers that have done all the calculations to work out to make sure that it's strong enough, that they've bloody made sure that it's strong enough, I can tell you that. The architects, the supervisors, the site managers, the suppliers, the subcontractors, all working in unison to make this work. And it's coming together in an unbelievable pace and at an extremely high level of quality as well. So I'm heading down to site to see the finale of the 190 metre pour. Stay tuned.
Which we need to decide now. It's no good getting staircase cast and then it's 20 mil too high or too low or whatever. If we do it the way I want to do it and not have nosings and have the bull nose on in MDF, that will determine the size that we cast the staircase. But it's no good me doing that if they then say, well, no, we've got to have metal.
Because I think links come back, because usually the staircase they make is like a straight.
That's right,
straight
yeah.
So if we wanted bull nose, then we'd have to dress them.
Yeah.
Now,
but
with dressing them, we'll be altering.
Have you got a pen? I'll show you what I've got in there.
There, just there.
No.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah,
not here. So
otherwise, you'll have
otherwise you'll have a trip hazard.
Yes.
So if we're allowed to do this, and I can carpet that in one colour and this in a plain colour, let's say that was a pattern and that was a plain, We've got the differentiation that I want for people with impaired visibility, which is what they said.
Yeah, that's what
So
they
I
want.
think every building inspector's not a woman and they don't wear high heels, so they don't know how hard it is to
Well,
walk
it depends. Some of them are weird, you
in
know.
private. But they don't know how hard it is to walk down steps with metal noses on, because the carpet gives and the nosing doesn't. And you've got to hold on or your heels go, and they look ugly as well, don't they? I could live with the other way, on the staircase from the ground floor to basement.
Yes.
It's the one that you see as soon as you go in,
Yeah.
the main staircase, you know, from the ground to
Yeah,
the
because
first
you go
floor.
and then you stay.
And the
then
one
you
from
go
the first and the second don't have to have it because it's internal and it's domestic.
Yes.
The one in my apartment don't have to have it. It's just that one staircase that I'm really keen to get sorted at this stage.
Because it's something
I
like.
don't want you doing that.
No, we're not talking to you. Go put your high heels on. That's it, you're all off. See you, lad. Bye bye. Come on, Craig, get yourself home. That's it. Look at that big storeroom. Who would have a big storeroom like that, eh? Who?
I could think of someone.
Yeah.
It's quite exciting for me seeing that.
Oh, look at that. How many shelves can I put in that?
It's quite a high ceiling, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
What?
the top, yeah.
What will it,
Well,
what will it be?
you've got to think
Three and a half
you're gonna-
metres?
Yeah, but you're going to have your insulation. and
Yeah,
you're gonna have
yeah.
Your, so, final ceiling, I don't know where it...
I did ask
The
because
boss
I
will
was
tell you,
concerned
won't it?
about, like, because all the services are underslung.
Yes.
So in the garage they're going to, you know.
But you won't have them in there.
No, that's true. Get more racking in.
You see, Barry will be here tomorrow.
Barry.
Yeah.
You were talking then and she was just counting the shelves. She were going,
Yeah,
one, two,
just,
three,
yeah,
four.
yeah. There's no meter nice in shelves. I told it is. It's 12 shelves tall. Don't walk in that concrete, please. It's just the overspill. You need some concrete for your side.
Nah, I'll be right.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
It's beautiful.
It's like an ice rink, isn't it?
It is.
The only sport I ever did.
Ice skating?
Yeah.
Really?
Nobody ever says, let's go ice skating. I said to my mum, why didn't you get me to learn tennis or something? People say, let's have a game of tennis or let's, you know. Nobody ever goes ice skating, do they?
So come on, tell me what's it like to be finally stood down here now that you're actually
Well, I can
building
just picture my car in there. Maybe.
on that side.
Yes,
On
no.
that side. Yeah. Let me go write your name.
Yeah, put my badge up, yeah.
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 No, I mean, Ian and I were talking yesterday because, you know, it's going to be all spray painted.
Yes. What colour are you going for that?
Cream and brown.
Cream and brown.
Oh,
Not pink on them four spaces.
Diamond
It's
is all
very
there.
much
Yeah,
like,
but
the,
diamond,
like,
you know.
like the CGI that we've done. It's, when I say more of a taupe and brown. I'm fed up with grey garages. Everybody goes.
Everybody's got a grey garage. Forget it. Yeah, no. And then, are we putting lines on them? Parking lines and numbers, or
I think we'll put lines, which we should do, but
What?
probably put on the wall something like apartment 1, apartment 2 or something like that,
Yeah.
rather than on the floor.
so would you have full lines or just the starter line on the T at the end? So no full lines all the way. You know what I mean?
I don't think we need, where there's 2 spaces next to each other, we don't need the middle line.
Right. I see.
Yeah, so
Did you
it's
not just have like a walkway colour that ran all the way around and broke the car spaces?
See you, boss. Thank you.
Bye. Oh, okay. Say that again.
Like a walkway colour? So like you said cream and brown, so like your brown would be your walkway colour and your cream would be where the car goes and then your brown sits in between the cream.
Yeah, you could define it with colour blocking, couldn't you?
rather than like
Yeah.
a white line,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it's just where the two colours meet.
Yeah. Do you want to go back in your van, please?
And get your mask.
Three design
and
changes
get,
I've got with
get
today.
your masking tape out.
Yeah.
Can you stop this? Yeah. And that's why you're not going to be allowed here anymore.
So that's it, the end of pour 2. Pour 2 of 3, 190 cubes. And now you really get to understand the scale, the bones, the ambition of this project. The residences at Val d'Or started off as a vision and it's now becoming a reality. But stick with us, the best is yet to come. Thanks for watching, we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.